Should I point at myself when I do it?
Whatever feels more natural to you.
What feels more natural?
Yes, yes.
Hi, I'm Cory. Hi, I'm Cory Morrow, and this is real life, real music.
Real life, real music radio with your host, Kyle Hutton.
How are you this evening?
Good.
Yeah?
It's good to be back.
Did you drove over from Austin, Spicewood area today?
From Austin, Spicewood, yes. I drove straight in. I would like to thank my personal sponsor, Stellar Bank. Where are the folks from Stellar? There they are. Thank you very much. They keep me in golf balls.
There you go. I've played golf with him. He needs lots of golf balls.
That's why I love them so much.
I'm just kidding. You only need extra golf balls when I'm playing with you.
I need extra clubs.
Yeah, that's true.
Those are the things that go in the water and the trees.
Okay, so Cory, thank you for, you play every weekend. Thanks for taking an opportunity to come join us for a midweek show. We always love having you on this show, and we got a lot to catch up on tonight. But before I jump in and start asking you a bunch of questions, why don't you just pick one of those big old hits you want to start us off with tonight and play us something.
Wondering
feeling it. Thank you.
I love that song. I've always loved that song. And you know what? I know there's probably a bunch of people in here, including me. You know, there's certain songs that when we come to a Cory Morrow show that we want to hear those songs. And so when I first heard you pitch the idea of re-releasing one of your best records, The Man That I've Been. And it's to commemorate the 25th year.
It's 25 years old this year.
Isn't that crazy? How many of you remember getting that record? The Man, yeah. Okay, you know what that makes us, right? Okay.
Aggies. Oh.
Yeah. All right. So, Cory, I want to ask you about on that record. So, Lynn, let me set this up. For those of us that have been fans of that record, Cory went into the studio, and you'll have to tell us a little bit more about this later, but he went back into the studio with Lloyd Maines and a bunch of musicians and did acoustic versions of all those songs that we love. For many of us, they've been soundtracks to our lives, floating down the Guadalupe River and you know, probably doing things we should do and some we shouldn't, but great music. And I want to ask you about what I have to guess is one of the deepest songs that you've ever written that is in that collection, about a stripper.
Yeah. You blew it on that one as soon as you said one of the deepest. Oh, no, I know where you're going with this.
All right, this is about the stories behind the song, so we want the unadulterated version.
Or the adult version.
Yeah. Hey, John, will you throw me one of those water?
You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, sir.
You were a red shirt, right?
Something like that.
So, yeah, this 25 years, we realized that it's been 25 years since we released the record, and so we thought it'd be fun. We hope that everybody thinks it's as fun as we did. We went in and made acoustic versions of those songs, kind of the way that I had originally written them, and then have a whole new kind of take on it. But we're going to release it in vinyl, so it won't be out on CD because anyway, so it'll be vinyl, and that song was a compilation of a couple of people that I knew. And at a time in my life before I met my wife, and there was a lot of strife, and it was there were lots of. I spent a lot of time in those clubs and
just research.
Yeah, actually. So we went back in just a few weeks ago to re-record the record.
To the club or to the studio?
Yeah. So we went back in with Lloyd Maines. It was our first record to make with Lloyd Maines, and so that was really cool too, to go back in and kind of go through all those songs again. And I told him, I said, "Don't you remember this is the song you said not to record? You said it's not a good idea. You shouldn't put that song out." And it's sort of a Ray Wiley Hubbard suggestion. If you don't record something that you aren't prepared to sing every day for the rest of your life. Yeah, like Up Against the Wall, Redneck Mother. Yeah. Ray Wiley Hubbard has to hear that song every day. Yeah. He's been listening to it for decades. And so it was one of those ideas. And Lloyd's like, don't do it. I was like, no, I think people think it's fun. And sure enough, I did it. And my mom thinks that she knows who it's about, and she does. But that's, I don't want to give her too much of credit there. My mom, that is. It's not about her, but.
Well, will you play that one? Play that one for us. And you can sing along if you want to.
You can too. Better take that off. I'm kidding. It gets caught on the strings. She knows.
Oh, man.
Where's the camera? I love you, honey. She's a waitress right now in some rundown Mickey Mouse town. On the weekend, she's my big city striptease. hands. Yeah. Well, she looks pretty sleek for $1 a peek. You can make her acquaintance, hello, and then just leave. Now her papa, he don't know his little baby's taking off her clothes. He don't ever ask how she pays the rent. And I go to see her dance, Lord, at just about every chance. She leaves me with the feeling it was money well spent. She's a big city stripper, and all the cowboys love to tip her, spending their lives in a velvet sea. $5 a beer. Yeah, I never ever want to leave here. She's my big city stripper. I think she's in love with me. Now her life is a sordid wreck. Man, she seldom gets any respect. But she's only doing what she loves the most. Am I loving her? That's a task. 'Cause she's always showing off her good taste, judgment, and class. She's what all men want from coast to coast. There's children in the audience. I spent the last 10 years just trying to face my fears. I was worried about what all my friends might say. Yeah, but it's kind of fun to dream. Oh heck, I just kick back and drink, watch her dance, see all my troubles just stripped away. Yeah. She's a big city stripper, and all the cowboys love to tip her, spending their lives in a velvet sea. $5 a beer. Good Lord, I never ever want to leave here. She's my big city stripper. I think she's in love with me. I gave her $20. Right now in some rundown Mickey Mouse town. On the weekend she's my big city. On the weekend I she's my big city. On the weekend she's my big city. Strip tease.
Yeah.
It's a true story.
Okay,
sorry,
now
earmuffs. Sorry.
the irony of that is I'm kind of looking around the room and I'm looking at the ages and
a lot of kids.
I'm seeing some people that probably recently turned 21. You know, they've got a beer in their hand, and this song was released. They probably actually hear this song and think, $5 a beer. Where's that place?
Like, I've changed the lyrics. Like, thank God.
Like, does somebody have Chat GPT on their phone? Can we find out really quick? Okay, a beer that was $6 25 years ago, how much would that cost today? Can anybody do that?
Is that what Chat GPT? Is that what the Chat?
Well, if you just type that in there, it would tell you.
Is that what it's good for?
Then somebody would have all your data and information and passwords, but you'd have the answer to that question. So anyway, or any math majors, where's Ivan? I need to know what inflation, 25 years, 6%, $5 beer.
Ivan.
12 or 13 bucks. Okay.
That's it?
Well, that's what he said.
So I haven't been in a long time, like over a decade. It's truth. And facts. That's what the kids say. Facts. Isn't that what y'all say? Anyway. But I heard from somebody.
Reliable source.
Yes, that's it. That it was about $35 a beer. Now that's a good guy.
Good God.
Good God. For real.
That's crazy.
He may have been in New York, but it happened.
All right. Okay, so then since we're talking about, getting old, 25 years, I read something today that I didn't know, and that was the inspiration behind the song Texas Time Traveling. Because I've always loved that song, but allegedly you pulled it from a quote from a Kevin Costner movie called A Perfect World. Does anybody remember that movie? Yep. Kevin Costner and a little kid.
There aren't any lawyers or attorneys in here, are there? How long does plagiarism? What's the statute of limitations?
You're past the statute of limitations.
All right,
so
good deal.
I can't remember what part of the movie they talked about that.
Well, it's so he's got the kid in the car, and they're driving down the highway, and I can't remember all the things that led up to it, but he pulls the car over and he tells the kid, he goes, "You see that out there? That's out the front windshield. That's the future." And he says, and you look in the rear view, and he goes, "See that back there? That's the past." Because heck, I guess we're just time traveling through Texas, something like that. And then I was just like, oh. It was back, 25, 30 years ago, and it was right at the beginning of me wanting to be a songwriter, and I just quit school, and it was in the 6-month period where I lived with my mom and my stepdad in Houston. I had left Texas Tech and come home for them to try to fix me, and going to therapy. Working for my stepdad, trying to earn some money up so I could go live for a little bit in Austin, and so I was like, everything was a song. Everything anybody said was like opportunity for a song. It was like, "What'd you just say?" And I'd write it down on a napkin because we didn't have phones, and so I had all these napkins and cards, and have all these little bits of words of song ideas, and man, that one hit me hard. As soon as I got home from the movie theater, I went in and just started chomping at the bit, just writing away, trying to come up with something cool, and there it is. And I didn't stay historically accurate, because apparently I played it for a guy who went to A&M. Kyle Hutton here is a fellow Aggie. I thought I heard what? But it was the Aggie version. Whoop whoop. So. I lived in a house up in North Austin for a little while when I was living in Austin. And there were a couple of guys that were Aggies, and then there was a guy from UT, and then there was me, Texas Tech dropout. And those guys finished. Thank you. My wife always says, if you can have more than one person laugh at your joke, then it's okay to be funny. Anyway, one of the Aggies, I played it for him. I brought the CD down, and I showed it to him, and then we played it, and he's like, "Oh man, that's great. Is it too late to change any of the lyrics or anything like that?" And I was like, "No, this is it, man. Like, this is the product. It's done." He's, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool." I was like, "What are you talking about? What's wrong?" He goes, "Nothing. It's just a couple of things are not factually accurate about that song, historically speaking." And I was like, "What? Aside from the obvious, what?" Anyway, he's like, "That thing you say about 1849, like that's the gold rush?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "That was in California, dude." I know it was in California, buddy, but I figured that some people took some gold from California and brought it to Texas, right? So you could, and then the Geronimo. Yeah, apparently he didn't spend much time in Texas, but I was just talking about Geronimo. I didn't mean like he lived in Anyway. That's why I have he has attorney at law at the end on the back of his card, and the end of his name. Mine says dropout. Entertainer is that's what it says on my tax return. She knows. The bankers, my loving bankers, love. You ready? Just say shut up for it. Well, close your eyes and dream with me. I'm going on a trip through history. I want to see some sights today. We'll go back in time was young and you learned that trigger of a gun, you'd be 6 feet on your way. When the mountains closed the valley sides and the rivers held the miner's pride, it was a year of 49. Those days are not gone and dead, and I wish that I could see the lead flying from the Cowboys' eye. Yeah. I won't go time traveling through Texas, you and me. I won't go time traveling through Texas, you and me. I won't be there, breathe the air and see all I can see in my Texas time traveling machine. Well, the day goes on and sun beats down, bakes your skin to golden brown. Now you're feeling like a king, and we'll pull off alongside the road and see the land old Jesse owned and all of the times he spent with me. Oh, then along the skyline of the trees we'll skinny dip within the stream. Hey, let's flash the passing cars, and we'll jump into our Cadillac, and them tracks of time will take us back to the land off so far. I won't go time traveling through Texas, you and me. I won't go time traveling through Texas, you and me. I won't be there to breathe the air and see all I can see in my Texas time traveling machine. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Carroll. See this land before it drowns underneath the city streets. Geronimo, he said it best. This is my land of will and rest until I'm dead or it's been free. I won't go time traveling through Texas, you and me. I won't go time traveling through Texas, you and me. I won't be there to breathe the air and see all I can see in my Texas time traveling machine. Hey, I wanna go time traveling through Texas, you and me. I wanna go time traveling through Texas, you and me. I wanna be there, breathe the air and see all I can see in my Texas time traveling machine.
Tomorrow night at the Do-Si-Do Whiskey Bar down on Research Forest. That guy right there is going to be playing a solo show. He writes his own stuff. Go pick up a ticket. I'll say there were a few left. You go see him tomorrow night at the Do-Si-Do Whiskey Bar.
Is anybody in this room going already?
Anybody?
Right.
Anybody? Yeah, we got tickets.
Needs to go tomorrow.
Y'all need to go check it out. Let's sell that out for Mr. John Carroll.
Let's sell it out for him.
Okay, so while we've got everybody riled up, I need y'all's participation. All right, this is one of those audience participation moments. Cory, we need a liner for the radio program, and so I need you to say, "This is Cory Morrow, and this is Real Life, Real Music." And if you forget, it's on my hat. Okay. This is Cory Morrow, and this is Real Life, Real Music. Yeah, look right there at that camera. And then I need y'all to go absolutely nuts. Okay.
Don't say I'm Cory Morrow. Say this is Cory Morrow. Should I point at myself when I do it?
Whatever feels more natural to you.
What feels more natural?
Yes, yes.
Hi, I'm Cory. Hi, I'm Cory Morrow, and this is real life, real music. I felt pretty good about it too.
Perfect. That was great. It was great. Yeah.
I was thinking Nacho Libre at the end of the movie when he goes, gas, gas.
Would you like to come to my quarters?
Gas.
Yeah.
He looks at her, he's driving the bus in the turquoise outfit, and he goes, gas.
The best line in that thing, though, is, those are the orphans' jeeps.
Did you not tell them that they were the orphans' jeeps? And he goes, I've seen that movie.
Cory is a movie nut.
Yeah.
He's got quotes from almost every movie, so we won't go down that path.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about the re-release, right, of The Man That I've Been.
Thank you.
But you've also been in the studio recording some new stuff. So here's what I want to ask. Can we get a sample of something new that's going to come out on the studio record that will be out when? Do we know? EP, new song?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you just released, how many of you have seen the brand new single? They just released it Friday. It's called Hell of a Storm by Cory Morrow. Maybe you play that one for us.
I was not prepared for that.
It's the new single.
That doesn't mean I was prepared.
Okay, then pick one that you have recorded recently that maybe we haven't heard.
Well, none
yet.
of them acted like they'd heard it anyway, so. Okay, I'll play. This is brand new. I just wrote it. John doesn't even know it. Did you hear that?
What did he say?
He said, I didn't know the last one either. Don't you remember we've been playing it for 25 years?
What am I doing here?
All right, I'll just play it and then you can figure out what it's about. Honey, I bet you got a long list of real good questions. Maybe even heard some rumors about the things I did. Sit your pretty little self down, have a drink and listen. Let me set you straight on the story of this Houston kid. I made a lot of trouble, I made a lot of love. Been in the kind of places I wish I never was. I learned the kind of lessons teachers don't teach us on this road between cocaine and Jesus. I've had my picture in every paper, from poor David's to do-si-do. They paid me money to strum this guitar, and the younger me, well, he would have spent it all on blow. Oh, don't you know, I made a lot of trouble, I made lots of love. Been in the kind of places I wish I never was. I learned the kind of lessons teachers don't teach us on this road between cocaine and Jesus. Now both will get you high, but one will leave you low. You'll run out of one. One's with you everywhere you go. Take a look at me, take a look at you. We're all just searching for that 100% pure, uncut, Colombian truth. That didn't make any sense. And the truth is, we all make a lot of trouble. We all make lots of love. Been in the kind of places we wish we never was. on this road between cocaine and Jesus.
Do made the song.
Made the song. This is the first time I've played it, so it's the
How
debut.
How about that? Well, thanks for playing that one for us. I like that.
Yeah, man.
You know, Cory, you have been, over the years, you've been...
Don't leave that open.
Well, no, I love this. I love this about your music, and I love this about you as a person. And that is, like, whatever's going on in your life shows up in your music, right?
That's my wife's favorite thing.
Yeah. Yeah. What's going on with Cory? Well, let me go listen to his iPhone notes of the songs that he's writing. No, back in the days when it was, strippers and running your car up and down Mopac and a few mug shots that we all saw and all that good stuff.
There's only a few of them that we can find.
Versus where you are today, man, which sober how many years?
September will be 11.
11 years. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Because you and I have spent enough time together, and we know a lot of people that can handle a few drinks, but you hit a place in your life where you decided that wasn't going to work for you and the life that you wanted moving forward.
Yeah.
And when I see you as the dad that you are to your kids and the husband that you are to your wife, I'm proud that you still get to do what you love and hold all of the rest of that together. That's, to me, that's your biggest accomplishment right there.
I love it. Thank you, man. Surround yourself with good people, and we've become good friends, and you've been a big part of that too. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being my friend and my brother in Christ, and walking me through it all. Kyle was kind enough to help me work out how to talk about my life and the change that was going on, and how to it's called the testimony. And I learned about that 11 years ago, and so Kyle was instrumental in that, and I love you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you. I can't think of a better way to celebrate where you are in your life right now and your sobriety than with a song, "Drink One More Round on Me."
Love
it. Sorry, I had to. It was like he alley-ooped the ball. I had to slam dunk it. Yep. Tell us about this one, though I know it probably doesn't need much of an introduction.
No, not really. It was in that time frame when I was just writing, and I think Garth Brooks had a song out that was a drinking song. I can't remember what it was, but everybody else probably, what? Which one, right? And so I was like, we need a drinking song, and so I wrote it, and then I brought it to the guys in the band, and the two guys in the band at the time were both KAs at UT, so I went to the KA house and I played it for a bunch of them in their dorm room, and there was one, Michael Weisenbaker, and he was sitting there and he's listening, and he's just like, "Yeah, I don't like that song." Well, what do you not? I mean, why? I just think it sucks. I said, "All right, I'm going to cut it anyway, Lloyd." I've been a drifter ever since I could walk. And I've been a connoisseur of beer since I could talk. My mama told me, "Son, liquor ain't no good. Oh, yeah. It's just another thing I never understood. So drink one more round on me. Now let's sing an old melody you're supposed to sing. Yeah, hold your drinks up high and toast the night. Get 'em up, get 'em up. And hold your baby strong. and help me sing that old song. You know, I think one more drink might do me right. I like to spend my days floating down the Guadalupe River, drink a cold case of Lone Star beer, 'cause I just don't know any better. At the end of the day, I'll stumble in to the nearest bar and hang my picture on the wall so you'll think that we're stars. Let's be stars. Drink one more round on me. Let's sing an old melody. Yeah, hold your drinks up high and toast the night. Hold your baby strong and help me sing that old song. You know, I think one more drink might do me right. John Carroll. I've woken up too many mornings next to a coyote. Ow! Had to gnaw my arm off. I hit the door running. Now it's a dang miracle, all that I've lived through. Would anybody do-si-do, especially doing the cowboy hat, like another round or two? Now, how about you? I drink one more round on me. Let's sing an old melody. Yeah, hold your drinks up high, good kiss, and toast the night. Hold your baby strong and help me sing that old song. The man in the big hat is buying. I think one more drink might do me right. It's another true story, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you about another one from the older catalog. It's not on the new re-release, but it is one that you recently re-recorded in the studio. And I've always been a fan of like singer-songwriter ballads. And one thing is because to write a really good one that's really timeless, like if I needed you, would you come to me, right?
Mm.
Those are far and few between. And I'm gonna, maybe embarrass you a little bit by putting you in that category with a song that you wrote called Always and Forever. I think it is an amazing, timeless country ballad. And I wonder if you would tell us like where that one came from and if you guys would play that one for us tonight.
Yeah, man. So I was living with a buddy at the time, and he had a girlfriend, and they would get into these spats every so often, and she came out to talk to me about what was going on, and then he came out and was like, "What are y'all talking about?" And then she looked at him and she just said, I don't love you because I need you. I need you because I love you. And it was kind of like, it kind of hit me, the fact that she just spat that out. And so I kind of stole that, another plagiarism opportunity here. And so I just sat down and I was dating a girl at the time, and we were in between dating, and I wanted her back, and so I wrote this for her to try to win her back, and we were going to Poor David's Pub to record that night. And I got a call that morning, and she broke up with me. So I wrote the song for my mom and my dad.
So it's kind of like regifting
Yeah,
something?
it was regifting.
Yeah.
So it was universal enough that it didn't have to be specifically for one person. So my dad and my stepmother were going to be at the recording that night. And so I just, I'll just show you. And at the recording in the double exposure record, I say, this goes out to my parents. And they were in the audience, and they were like, oh, he wrote this for us. I'm like, sure did. My stepmother is a Methodist minister, and she could see right through it. But that's high praise, man.
It's a great song.
I appreciate you.
Stretches far, shining for all to view. Eternally bound, they light up the ground, never once being untrue. And you are for me, that light which I need.
Okay, so speaking of what?
Also, I wrote that for my wife.
That song's just the gift that keeps on giving. Okay.
Stumped you again, squirrel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What was I going to add? Okay. So speaking of songs that you did write for other people, there is a song on the re-release of The Man That I've Been called Grandpa's Song.
Oh.
I wonder if you would tell us about that one.
So, I didn't know my father's father when my father's father and father's mother divorced, like when I was 1 or something like that, when I was really young. And then my dad and my mom divorced when I was like 2 or 3, and it kind of stunk because Papa, for some reason, kind of divorced us. My mom was a single mom, and I think there was other stuff going on in the family, and like you say, I share too much, but there was just some things going on, and so Papa he kind of never called or did anything. I never knew him, and I think I'd met him. He passed away when I was in my late 20s, and I had seen him, met him about 5 times in that span of my life. And but my mom's dad and mom, they lived in married all the way up until the end. They lived in Fort Worth, where my mom's from, and we would go see them every Thanksgiving and Christmas. And his name is Forrest Smith. That's Forrest with 2 R's, not like the woods. And Forrest was a carpenter by trade, but he had an antique furniture shop, Smith Furniture. It was around for like 50 years in that Fort Worth area. And in the summers when I was young, I used to go work in the carpenter shop, and he'd give me something that I couldn't screw up, right? He'd give me like a really high grit sandpaper and let me sandpaper like a leg on a chair that they're doing. Something I couldn't really screw up. I think I managed to screw that up too, but Grandpa didn't share his love for us often, but it happened every so often. He'd look at us and he'd say, we'd have to throw it out there first. I love you, Grandpa, and you hug him and go, oh, I love you too. One of those, But he was just this big 6'4", big strong man, born in the early 1900s. My kids are always saying, Daddy, what's it like to live in the 1900s? Right? So Grandpa was he was awesome, man. He was hysterical. He was very regimented, and he loved us very much. And but he was like the only real man. My parents divorced when I was young, so I lived with my mom and my 2 older sisters, and my stepdad came along, and we didn't get along that great. And so when I went to see my dad, we were buddies. So I didn't really have like a father figure. And when I was there at Grandpa's house, he was kind of like one of the only father figures, acting like one, trying to teach me things. And so I don't know, man. It just felt right at the time, and I sat down and started kind of strumming this up. We never did go fishing or nothing, so that part was a lie. But he was a very strong and gentle man, kind of like, who's the gentle giant? Oh, Don Williams. Yeah, he was like Don Williams in my life.
I remember when he called me little man. This old friend of mine I never knew I had. He was my granddad. Hey, that old man in the corner ain't so tough. He'd stand so quiet, never showing what it was he was made of. He said that all good things must have an end. He said someday we might all meet again in heaven. And I got everything I need. That's what my grandpa said to me. I said, someday I'll have all that too. And then you'll see, I wanna be just like you. And I wanna be just like you. Once so long ago we were out there on the road. So man and me, we take our travels to the sea, fulfill our dreams. He'd walk slowly through all the dreams he knew, tell me stories of everyone great he knew. They were just like you. He said that all good things must have an end. He said someday we might all meet again in heaven. And I got everything I need. That's what my grandpa said to me. Oh, and I said, someday I'll have all that too. And then you'll see, I wanna be just like you. And I wanna be just like you. I got everything I need. That's what my grandpa said to me. Oh, and I said, someday I'll have all that too. And then you'll see, I wanna be just like you. I wanna be just like you. Hey there, Grandpa, just like you. I wanna be just like you.
You know, Cory, I don't know if you'll remember this or not, but the first time that you and I ever met was in a hotel ballroom in Nashville, Tennessee, at Country Radio Seminar. There was a group based out of here in Houston, Shane Media, that put together, Pam and Ed Shane put together a showcase for Texas artists in Nashville. Katie Key, our friend, was part of that in there. And I remember it was me, you, Kevin Fowler, and there were a couple of other artists. I don't remember who at the time.
Nobody important.
But I thought one of the gutsiest things I'd ever seen was you had all these, record executives and publicity people from Nashville in this room to watch this showcase, and Cory steps up to the mic and belts out Nashville Blues. And at the end, I think you said Nashville sucks and shot the finger at all of them or something. And I thought, that's either going to really work or really not. I don't know which. You didn't really shoot the finger at them, but you did play Nashville Blues. Tell us about that song and play it for us, which that will be part of the re-release of The Man I've Been. Do you remember that showcase?
I do. Sometimes the truth is funnier than fiction, but that time I think that's funnier. Yeah, I remember that. So the truth of the story is we wrote a record, we recorded a record, and had written all but like one or two songs on it, and I was super proud of it. And I had there was another guy sitting over here. His name was Jens Pinkernell. He was a 6'7" German guitar player, and it was awesome. Not quite as awesome as John, though. And Jens and I got in his Suburban with our record, and we drove to Nashville from Austin, and we spent all of our money driving up there. And we had just enough money for gas to get back, and walked in and handed our record to some executive lady, and she put it in the CD player, and she listened to the first little bit of the first song, which was The Preacher, and she got through like the first verse, and then when it was done through the first verse, she hit eject and handed it back to me. And in that moment of handing it back to me, I'm thinking, oh, fastest record deal ever. So she didn't need to hear any more. She's like, you guys are it. You're the next. And she said, too many words. Thanks for coming. And then she started packing it up, and I was like, what? So that was hard to take. I had a bit of an ego on me, and so we went home and deflated that. And when I got home, I just sat down and started writing about the stuff that I loved, Merle and Willie and Waylon and all those guys, and Townes Van Zandt and Chris Ledoux had recently passed at that point, and so I was like, and I think actually Townes had passed recently at that point too, but I'm gonna write a song about the people that I love that kind of gave Nashville the finger, and in a good way, and so I did, and then we recorded it, and then the fans were chanting stuff about Nashville, which I totally disagreed with. But we made a T-shirt out of it. Yeah, we thought that this T-shirt was a good idea, and it's still our best seller. Actually, I don't think we have it anymore. But yeah, I recorded it right behind my terrible rendition of the A&M call, Aggie call, which is supposed to be really short. You're supposed to go whoop, right? Whoop. Yep, there it is. Well, I went whoop. And the same guy that told me that Texas Time Traveling was messed up, he let me know that was wrong too. Thanks for coming and talking to me after the record's been released. Yeah, so this has sort of been our anti-Nashville song, apparently. It's a brand new guitar. Does that sound right?
Every day at lunch in high school, and I hopped on a plane, told the cops and the bankers goodbye, and they said, don't let us catch you, cause you owe us your life. Well, the plane was headed east, and so I was bound for Tennessee to outrun the fuzz. They found me in a day or two, and now I'm flat busted in jail, fighting the Nashville blues. Yeah, right. And I like George Jones, Willie and Will, and I think Chris and Merle, songwriting saviors. Townes Van Zandt, he died too soon, but now he's up there with Hank. They were fighting Nashville blues. Well, songwriting's left up to old hillbilly hippies and rednecks and girls like Miss Emmy Lou. I'm too young to have a point of view, but I just want to be a part of fighting the Nashville blues. Yeah, well, fighting the Nashville blues. its toll upon your mind. All the great ones, well, they've been there too, and they're all fighting the Nashville blues. Fighting the Nashville blues. Well, I moved back to Austin, try and make a living, but it ain't been so easy with them hill country women, and I'm stuck inside of this 8x12 room, and my throat's scratching from them cigarettes and booze, and my face is wrinkling and my mind's a-straying, and I get on my knees, Lord, and I get to praying, but my hands are worn like the soles of my shoes, and the Lord only knows I'm just fighting them Nashville blues. And I like Johnny Cash, oh Willie and Will, and I think Chris and Morrow, songwriting saviors. No Keith Whitley, he died too soon, but now he's up there with Hank, and they both fighting the Nashville blues. Yeah. Well, songwriting's left up to old hillbillies, hippies and rednecks and girls like Miss Emily Lou. I'm too young to have a point of view, but I just wanna be a part of fighting the Nashville blues. Fighting them Nashville blues. I'm fighting the Nashville blues.
Yeah. Hey, are y'all having a good time tonight? Is everybody doing okay out there? Okay. So let me ask you about the title cut to the re-release, the Man That I've Been. You want to play that one?
Yeah.
Well, tell us about it first. John, you'll pick it up. It's
So in 1991, fall of 1991, I was 18. Yeah. Man, the math is killing me. I graduated high school, and I was on my way to Texas Tech, and I got there, and then we decided to come back to Austin for something, and we went to 6th Street. Yeah, and we did the stuff that we did, and they had these drinks at this place where it was an entire pitcher, and they had 4 bottles in one hand and 4 bottles in the other, and they were multiple colors, and they'd go like that into the pitcher and fill the pitcher up, and then they'd put a little bit of ice on top, and then they'd hand you the pitcher with a couple of solo cups, and you'd go sit down with your buddies, and that's what you'd have all night long. Well, I tasted it, and it was really delicious, and I thought I like that. So I drank the whole pitcher, and yeah, I had to pee really bad, as you can imagine. Yeah, so we went outside, and apparently we peed in an alley instead of in the bathroom. And in 1991, the police in Austin didn't like that. And the ladies, asked me what I was doing, and I apparently said nothing. And so then she asked me for my ID, and I wouldn't give it to her. This is all being told to me because I don't remember much of it, but I had the flu. I can't remember much, but I went to jail that night, and I had my mugshot and everything in Travis County, and so that was the first time I went to jail at Travis County. And so anyway, I had sort of a reputation of going to jail for that. They called it public intoxication, which I thought wasn't cool. I got arrested for public intoxication inside my buddy's truck, and they asked me to step out. so I could take a sobriety test, and I failed the sobriety test outside of the truck. Anyway, yeah, so I just kind of started thinking about that. I had a lot of arrests. I had a lot of speeding tickets, Montgomery County, and things like that. You get speeding tickets and you don't pay them, and they turn to warrant, and then the warrants are for your arrest. And so the next time you get pulled over for a speeding ticket, hey, Mr. Morrow, we have a warrant for your arrest. I'm like, that's awesome. Can we do that later? And no. So that's kind of where that came from. And I was like thinking Johnny Cash, you know, lots of jail pictures and stuff. And those guys, Johnny Cash and Willie, were like my heroes in the way that they lived. And I was like, I want to be like them. And David Allan Coe. And yeah, dude, drugs and alcohol and go to jail and objectify women. Yes.
Travis County Jail. Tomorrow I go up for life, but I should go straight to hell. But hell's got no more room for me, it's got no more time. I should be confessing all my crimes. 4 years ago my debt was piled high upon my mind. I devised a plan to rob a bank just to survive. But when the gun smoke cleared, I saw 2 bodies on the ground. 13 hours later, I was found. Don't you feel any sorrow for the man I've been? In the waking up tomorrow, they will find me full of sin. I got news for you, I ain't as bad as they say. I got news for you, looks like that just don't matter today. Oh yeah! Came in right away, guilty indeed. 99 to life is what I heard the jury. They thought they might impress upon me crime it does not pay. But I ain't one for listening today. As the years go by and by, upon a shadowed ground I walk. People and the places of my past have now been lost. The man that I've been is not the man I'd hoped to be. Now it's too late to find the good in me, yeah. Don't you feel any sorrow for the man that I've been? In the waking up tomorrow, they will find me full of sin. And I got news for you, I ain't as bad as they say. I got news for you, looks like that just don't matter today. One more time. Don't you feel any sorrow for the man I have been? In a waking up tomorrow, they will find me full of sin. I got news for you, I ain't as bad as they say. I got news for you, looks like that just don't matter today. Oh, looks like that just don't matter today.
I also remember,
Yeah.
I used to dream about robbing a bank on a motorcycle. I had this big, elaborate plan because I spent a lot of my early 20s being really broke. And I was like, man, I'll rob a bank. Don't take that the wrong way, Stellar. That was the old me. And I'd get a motorcycle, right? And one of those crotch rockets, there was a CBR 600 F2 Super Sport made by Honda at that point in time. And I was like, I'll get one of those and rob the bank. And if you do it during rush hour, right? And then you hit the freeway where there's all the traffic and they can't catch you. And then somebody said something about, same guy, my friend who told me about time travel, he's like, what about helicopters? He's always raining on my parade, man.
Sounded like a pretty solid plan. I don't know.
Pretty good. So I just kind of took it too far in the story. And also remembered like Johnny Cash saying, "What's the worst thing that I could imagine doing? Is shoot a man just to watch him die." Yeah. Cool. I want to be like that.
That's where legends are born, right there. That's for sure. Okay, I told you I was going to take a minute in the show. This is my Porter Wagner moment. I want to say thank you again to our sponsors. I'm going to start with my friends. They sponsor our video podcast, which you can locate through realliferealmusic.com. They sponsor our radio program that goes out on a weekly basis, as well as the live shows like the show you guys are attending tonight. And that are my friends at Chicago Title Houston. They're here with us tonight. Gail, thank you guys for everything you do. Thank you for how easy they've helped me with a couple of real estate transactions in the last year. And thank you guys for, number one, making that easy, and number two, for putting money back into the culture of the communities where you make your money. It means a lot to us to be able to come enjoy a night like this tonight. Also, my friends with Caldwell Communities, representing the neighborhoods, the Highlands and Chambers Creek. Fred Caldwell is a huge music fan. He loves to play guitar and do a little picking and singing. He wants to have you out to the ranch to come play out there. But we thank our friends over at Caldwell Communities. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show tonight. Thanks for being here. And then last but not least, not only are they sponsors, but I'm a client of theirs. They sold my house over right off of 1488 and 2978. Little over a year ago, we sold that house, and I've never been through an easier real estate transaction. And as you guys can imagine, a year ago, they got me top dollar for my house too. That's my friends at the Griffin Realty Group. Joel and Christy, thank you guys for everything you do. And if you want to know what your house is worth, or you want to find a rental property that you want to purchase, or whatever you want to do, Griffin Realty Group are the folks to help you out. Okay. Man, it's great to have good people. Great to have good people around you, surrounding what you love. So support businesses in your community that put money back into it. Amen. That's what I say. Amen. Okay, so Cory, there's a couple of songs I want to ask you about that you don't know that I'm going to ask you about.
Awesome.
But you mentioned one of them. You mentioned one of them earlier, and I love it because it's such a great story song. And you wrote it really earlier in your career, but that's The Preacher.
Ah, yes.
Would you tell us about that one? Maybe play it?
I'll play it. That was in the very beginning. That's like the first song on that record, the self-titled record. One of the first ones that I'd written, and I was trying to find something kind of cool. I'd found this little riff, this little melody, and I liked it, and I hadn't really heard anything else like it. But apparently it was too wordy. And I had a buddy who had a place down in South Texas, and he used to let me go down there and shoot a deer every year because I was poor. And I would eat a deer, and I'd eat ramen noodles and ranch-style beans and deer. Those are my skinny years. And so I'd go down there sometimes after a gig. I'd rent a PA system for the weekend, and sometimes I'd go down there after, and he'd be like, "I'll be down there, the next morning." So South Texas, way down in McMullen County, down Highway 16 south of San Antonio. I'd go down with PA system in my back of my pickup truck, and my dog Otis, his black lab, and we'd head down there with a 6-pack of Coca-Cola, and have some beers when we got there. And I'd set the PA system up on the back porch, and I would just sit there and play. And there was an audience that I didn't know was out there, and they kind of made me nervous when I heard them because I couldn't see them. And so I'd play louder and then tell Otis to bark. But I was just sitting down there and thinking about some of the Willie Nelson songs that I was listening to, and thinking about living on the road, my friends, they want to keep you free and clean. The old Townes Van Zandt song. And I just kind of wanted something like that. And so just plagiarized it a little bit more.
Well, the cold wind blew and the preacher agreed. He said they're coming after me, and I ain't exactly what I seem to be. He pulled his pistol from his side, he pointed it at me and cried. Then he laid a bullet deep in my chest. Well, he stood still revealing the story that I knew was true before now. 'Cause of it, I lay dying. He claimed to run with Jesse James, William Bonney, they all the same. I ain't no preacher, man, I was born to fire. Oh yeah. Hey, can't you hear that train coming down? Rolling fast down the tracks to hell they bound. Well, I'm in over my head again. I hear those pistols laying down, yeah. I've taken the lives of many men. Now the angel's coming down. I said the angel of death is coming around. Yeah, Lord, take my soul, I'm going down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Up in the horizon laid the red sun, beating cold and dying, and taking with it all the lives a preacher stole. You see, that preacher is not real. He clenches fists of rage and steel, spit the fires of Satan at your soul. He beat the path to heaven's door, and the angel said we'll take no more. And now he walks the earth forever long. And on that stone that marked his death, and he did finally lay to rest with the lonely words, I'm going home. Hey, can't you hear that train coming down? Rolling fast down the tracks to hell they bound. Well, I'm in over my head again, yeah. I hear those pistols laying down. Oh, I'm taking the lives of many men. Oh, now the angel's coming down. I said the angel of death is coming around. Oh, yeah. Lord, take my soul, I'm going down, yeah.
Tomorrow night,
Do-Si-Do Whiskey Bar tomorrow night. John Carroll.
Do-Si-Do Taco Bar.
Have y'all had a good time tonight? It's been an amazing show. Okay, Cory, we probably got time for a couple more. Is there another one off of? The Man That I've Been that you want to play for us? Just to give us a taste of the acoustic versions that we're going to hear on the new record.
You're saying you want a little
The
taste.
new old record.
He wants a little taste. Yes. So this is it's called Not Coming Home Tonight, and we had a girl drummer at the time. Her name was Terry Cote, and Terry helped me finish writing this one. I was just sort of trying to find another way of saying, let's go out tonight. And I was always trying to be creative and like say things in ways that nobody else has said. And so this was sort of my way of saying that. And when I first wrote it and played it for one of my buddies that I'd known most of my life, he was like, I love it. What does it mean? And I said, I'm not coming. I'll be out loving you. He's like, yeah. So you're not going to go home to her because I don't understand. I was like, yeah. Because you're out with her. So you're not, neither one of you are going home, like going to a hotel or something. I don't know. Oh, well, why didn't you just say that?
Coming home tonight, I'll be out till the morning light. I'm not coming home tonight, 'cause I'll be out loving you. I see a rendezvous inside, and you're sure looking good tonight. I'm not coming home tonight, 'cause I'll be out loving you. Gown, torn from the miles that she had spent on the road. A subtle look, a seductive smile. I just can't let that lady go. Oh no, I just won't let that lady go. I'm not coming home tonight, I'll be out till the morning light. I'm not coming home tonight, 'cause I'll be out loving you. I see a rendezvous inside, and you're sure looking good tonight. I'm not coming home tonight, 'cause I'll be out loving you. Coming home tonight, I'll be out till the morning light. I'm not coming home tonight, 'cause I'll be out loving you. I see a rendezvous inside, and you're sure looking good tonight. I'm not coming home tonight, 'cause I'll be out loving you. Yeah, I'll be out loving you. Hey, I'll be out loving you.
We did it.
I remember something.
Yeah. Well,
I remember,
Cory, I know I can speak for all of us here tonight when I tell you thank you for coming here to the Woodlands, Texas midweek on a Wednesday night to hang out with us and sing your songs and tell your stories.
we say thank you for having us. man.
Well, it's our pleasure. Y'all had a good time. We all had a good time tonight.
I remembered something else about that song.
Yeah.
I remembered something else about that song. Like while we're playing it, things start to go back in my mind. Remembered, I wrote it for that girl that I wrote Always and Forever. You're right. So she was a pilot. She flew airplanes, and so she was always on the road. And anyway, there's that. I wrote it for my wife.
Oh, me. Hang around long enough, and Cory might write a song for you. Hey, John Carroll, thank you for being here with us tonight. Tomorrow night at the Do-Si-Do Whiskey Bar, I got to tell you, they've got the best old-fashioned I've ever had, and the only thing that would top that is having John Carroll playing to you while you're having one. So go see him tomorrow night. Cory, thank you for being here. We love you. We love your music. This place holds a lot of memories for not only our show, but you and I. And man, thanks for being here again tonight. You got to leave us with a barn burner. And I was going to ask, I mean, you can pick, but I'm gonna ask, what about something like Ramblin' Man or something? We need John showing off on the way out tonight.
John, what do you want to show off on?
Hang tight, it's going to be good.
It's not really a barn burner, but yeah. I mean, I do. This is going to be tough.
Thank y'all for being here tonight.
Here a while.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I'm going to say this here. Don't turn your phones on right now because I'll get in trouble. But let's see. Coming up, we have the best-selling cowboy artist of all time. I can say this. Michael Martin Murphey is going to be sitting in this seat and be talking to him about his music. The one we're not allowed to announce until October because he's playing in the area before then is my friend Josh Ward's going to come back and sit over here, and we're going to talk about his songs in November. And then, gosh, who else is coming? We've got a bunch of good shows left this year. So if you've enjoyed the format, come back and see us again. You got to give us a clean start because I was talking. We need a clean start because I was talking.
It's TV, folks.
That's right.
Where's the TV?
You're doing unwell. From your smile I could never tell. You open up the door and the world pours in all of its problems, solutions, and sin. Everybody seems to have a remedy, but ain't no remedy that's ever gonna cure me. And take it while it comes, cause it don't last long. Hesitate and the moment's gone. Run in the rain, howl at the moon. Fall in love way too soon. Take my hand as the music starts, and we'll dance to the beat of your heart. There's a distance in your eyes. Seems you've been looking for a place to hide. There's nothing but love around you, my child. You can't see from your crying eyes. You stand in a crowd when you wanna be alone. You're your own contradiction, run in the rain, howl at the moon, fall in love way too soon. Take my hand as music starts, and we'll dance to the beat of your heart. Yeah, we'll dance. I know you've stumbled down that road, trembling from the cold, but this heart, this love can save you. It can save you. Take it while it comes, 'cause it don't last long. Hesitate and the moment's gone. Run in the rain, howl at the moon, fall in love way too soon. Take my hand as music starts. Take my hand as the music starts. Take my hand as the music starts, and we'll dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Carroll, Mr. Cory Morrow. Thank thank y'all so much for being here tonight. We appreciate it. Come back and see us again. Michael Martin Murphy, Josh Ward. We got a bunch of other great shows coming up.